Hi guys, Pete here from Ashton's Cars. Today we're looking around a 2014 VW Golf GTD. These are fantastic cars. They mix a bit of hot hatch handling and performance in with diesel economy. This one's the 180 something horsepower 2 litre diesel. It's as you can see, a very sporty looking car. Unbelievable handling and performance on it for a car that is only £20 a year to tax and that returns, over 60 miles per gallon. So really impressive bit of kit. I'll take you around it, show you a little bit about it, and sort of tell you a little bit more about us in the meantime. So this particular car, it's only come into me today. You can probably see from the front, if you were looking eagle-eyed, that it's got a little bit of road dirt on it because it's just arrived with us. I'm actually working a bit late here, and just before the sun goes down, I thought I'll have a quick look around this car I've bought today. So the joys of my job, working late, I thought you guys could keep me company at least. What can I tell you about a GTD Golf? Well, if someone's looking for a car that can do everything, I always recommend them one of these. In my opinion, these are the best all-rounder out there. They've got all the performance that you could ever possibly need if you're sane. They've got the looks, I think, with the big wheels, which are on this particular one, they're the diamond cut wheels. The sort of size of the car means it's not too big, but it's still got room for a family of 5 and a decent boot. It's just all things to all men, this car is. It's no wonder that they are such a sought-after vehicle. GTD spec means you've more or less got a GTI with a diesel engine, so it's performance-wise, I would say it feels at times quicker than the Golf GTI, which is a bit of a bold statement, but the diesel engine's got more torque, and that means that when you're in low revs, the power's just so instant on it. It's just over 180 horsepower. It equates to a 0 to 60 time that's just over 7 seconds, and I'm currently driving a Mercedes as a daily car, which has got similar performance levels to this, but the Golf just feels quicker. The way this car delivers its power, it's just like a real punch in the back when you put the throttle down, and I absolutely love that proper old school diesel power, which literally does sort of take your breath away at times. So it's very, very quick. I think it's very, very good looking. As you can see, it's got the LED lights. If they look like they're flickering, that's just the recording equipment. It's not actually the LED lights. Let's just have a close look at the front end. As I say, there's some dead flies on it, but we'll ignore that. Look at these nice gills here. Looks quite aggressive. Have they got a purpose? I think they do actually cool the brakes, those. So it has got a purpose. Nice LED lights there as well. And as you come across the car, obviously this one's in the white metallic, but you've got satin silver covers on the mirrors, which I think look pretty cool. It's a sharp looking thing. The wheels on this car, typical unfortunately of cars that have got these diamond cut alloys. They do tend to suffer a little bit with sort of corrosion on the outer edges there, and perhaps a little bit of curb rash as well. But overall, they're in pretty good condition, and they are a very nice alloy wheel, in fairness, a nice design. So, without being too fussy, because it is a 7-year-old car, I think they look pretty good, really. The car's got a nice stance to it as well. Obviously, this is the 5-door model, so it's very, very practical. It's also a manual model as well, which I prefer. It's got the front and the rear sensors on it, this particular one, and it's also got the radar system for the cruise control. So I'll show you that in a second and explain how that works. But there's no real marks on the car. Any little bits that you see on it at the moment are actually road dirt. That's probably the worst of the alloy wheels there, as is always the case on the passenger front. A little bit of curb rash on the outer edges of that particular wheel, but certainly still looks quite a presentable alloy wheel. So coming around to the front of the car, if you look underneath the number plate, there is actually a radar on there. That's the adaptive cruise control that they fit on these cars. And the way that works is if I'm doing 70 miles an hour and a car in front is doing 65, this car will actually slow down and keep a safe distance between me and the car in front. And it makes using cruise control a lot more relaxing when you're on the go, because you're not constantly having to adjust the speed to suit the cars that are pulling out in front of you. And it keeps you very safe as well. I mean, it will actually apply the brakes to this car will if the car in front slows down. So it keeps you at a safe distance and keeps you safe at all times. I like the fact on this particular car that white is contrasted with the black, just the alloy wheels, the side skirts which have got a little bit of black trim under them, and those sort of gills to the front and the grills there. It's a nice stark contrast between the white and the black, and it's a nice high gloss black that they've put on this particular model as well. So very eye-catching, very modern looking car. Let's have a quick look inside, because I love the interior of this particular car. The reason I love it, let's just turn this down a second for you. That's better. Just 'cause, much as we like Crowded House, I don't think you need to be hearing them right now. So, as you can see, the reason I like this interior is it's got the checkered seats with the bucket seats, same as you get in the Golf GTI. These are so cool. Much nicer than the leather interior they put in the Golfs. I prefer Golfs with a cloth interior. And as you can see, I've also got the flat bottomed steering wheel, which is highly desirable on these cars. The ignition lights are on at the moment because I needed them on just to turn the radio down, but I'll start it up now and show you the startup sequence in just a moment. Nice beefy metal pedals in it as well. As I say, it hasn't been cleaned yet, so excuse that. And you've got a proper set of GTD hardware and rubber mats on the car as well, which I love. If we just go into the back of the car a second, we can see, again, very nicely packaged, plenty of space in here for 5 adults. It's got a fold down armrest in the middle, and it's got ventilation to the rear as well. And again, you've got the GTD rubber mats to finish off that rear interior. Very hard wearing, and also, you know, despite the fact that this car's done over 100,000 miles, there is absolutely no wear whatsoever to this interior. You'd think with such deep bolsters on the seats, these would have some wear in them, but look at that. That just goes to show. I wish I could say the same thing of my Mercedes. It's done half the mileage of this, and it's in nowhere near as good a condition as this, just because they don't seem to build them the same. These Golfs are just so well built still. Let's just jump in behind the wheel. So here we are behind the wheel of our Golf. It's a very pleasant place to be. I've got a DAB stereo by here. I've got nice clear dials in front of me, and if I start the car up, I've realised I've got no fuel in it. But aside from that, as you can see, nice easy startup sequence, no nasty noises from the clutch or flywheel. Give it a quick rev. It's an eager diesel engine. The performance, as I say, I can't really show you on this video, but it's absolutely breathtaking, this car, when it takes off. Really, really nice. Look at the classy sort of materials they've used here as well, like a carbon fiber look insert there, which is matched on the doors. Love that. Love the fact as well that we've got a digital stereo system with the DAB. I really am a big fan of digital stations. And I've got driver modes here. I can press this button right here and I can select sport mode or eco mode, individual, just to sort of tune the car, give it a little bit more response, sharpen up the steering. And yeah, I mean, in sport mode it's a great barrel of laughs, but in any mode it's just ridiculously quick, this car is. If I put it into reverse, I get up a little driver aid there as well, and even when I'm going forwards at low speeds, one comes up off the front of it, which is quite handy. It's called the Park Pilot system on this car, which is an absolute joy to use. It's really easy to use, and it's got sensors on every corner of the car. I've got auto hold for the handbrake, so as if I select that, it'll hold me on hills, it'll give it a bit of assistance with hill starts. And an electric handbrake there, which is dead easy to use. You just push it down, turn it off, and push it up to turn it on. Plenty of cup holders. It's very practical. I mean, it's very sensible in a sense, but it's also ridiculously cool because it's a Golf. And there's no other car really in this class that has got that extra sort of cool factor that you get on a Golf. Love the steering wheel on this particular one, and the fact it's got that GTD logo by there. It looks the part, and it feels really good as well. This metal, it's quality materials. The centre boss is quite small on this wheel. In fact, the whole wheel is quite small and chunky, and it feels very elegant when I am using it. The car has got cruise control as well on it, as I showed you with the radar, and the cruise control speeds and everything do come up on this centre display here. I can also use this centre display to sort of display things like the sort of mileage and the average consumption, which is 48, but I'm probably been running it around quite locally today. My speedo I can have digital as well if I leave that there. Nice digital speedometer. Again, something that I find quite useful, especially with all the speed traps around. It's quite nice having that central speedo there, reading out digitally. But what more can you say about it, really? It's just a beautiful bit of kit. It's a car that will, on a long run, easily do 60 miles per gallon, and yet has the performance of a hot hatchback for when you want a bit of fun. So my personal favourite car as an all-rounder has to be the Golf GTD. And if you're looking for a Golf GTD, I happen to have this one for sale at the moment, so give me a call. My number's 07932 873 646. The car has done just over 100,000 miles now, but obviously it will be priced accordingly. And condition-wise, you wouldn't think it had done half that mileage. Once I give it a clean, get the dead flies off the front of it, you will find that it's probably one of the nicest looking 14 plate cars you'll see anywhere. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel, guys, if you've not done so already. Please also hit the notifications and you'll be updated for any new videos I put up. Feel free to comment below, and obviously share this with your friends and family if you think it might be something that's of use to them. My number one more time is 07932 873 646. Thanks ever so much for watching. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.